Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trip Around the Multiverse with your host, the former Ultimate Fighting Machine turned pimp, Kyle Charles.
And you also forgot the Voodoo
Yeah.
Baron Samedi rip-off sort of thing. Yeah. And I'm the man who's bigger, badder, better, and blacker.
Oh, wow.
CY Chong.
Was that one of the...
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yes, it was.
Oh, God. That makes me
Uh,
sad slightly, but hey. And today we're taking a trip down memory lane, and we are going to talk about a group. Well, I say it's quite underrated. Doesn't get the shine it should have. A group from our childhood-ish. The Nation of Domination, later known as just the Nation.
Yes. Did you watch it during the infancy of the Nation? Because I tell you what, I caught up with the Nation was at Royal Rumble 1998 when Faarooq was cutting a promo, looking at the microphone because you know she's still looking. The Rock mugging for the camera.
Yeah.
Staring at the screen, and then Faarooq did a finger point because he's pointing at the interviewer, and he accidentally grazed the Rock's pectoral. Yeah. And then the Rock looked at the screen like, what the? And he wiped it off, and he just continued mugging to the camera. I was like, Rocky, you're insufferable. But they were heels, so
yeah. Then it kind of makes sense. Yeah. When did I knew them from when they were the weird sort of gang one where it had Savio, Vega and Crush in it, and it was very weird
with Clarence Mason and PG-13 doing the rap.
Yeah.
This is all stuff I found afterwards.
Oh wow. Actually, no, I didn't mind it. It just didn't come across as good when the others joined, if I'm honest.
Yeah. Now, there was a version of the USWA, but because that's not as widely broadcast as WWF, in the UK especially, we're going to only speak about the stuff we do know.
Yeah, but did that version have Faarooq in it?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I'm not sure, but I think it did.
No, because I'm looking at the member list now, and it had PG-13, Kwame Ogawan, in brackets Reggie Fine, and Sir Muhammad, who was not Mabel, sorry, the other one, Mo.
Oh, he was okay.
Akeem Muhammad, Elijah, Shaquille Ali, who was Tracy Smothers.
Okay.
He's been in every weird faction. Jackie as...
Wait, he's a... Okay. Well,
yeah. And Randy X. None of I know of about 40 people didn't know that was a thing. But yeah. Okay. So we're not going to talk about that version because I don't know who they are. But,
yeah, exactly. Well, actually, I did see Tracy Smothers wrestle in the UK.
Yeah. Because he was a part of in ECW. Well, he was a part of the FBI, the full-blooded Italians, and the joke that he wasn't Italian.
Yeah. Same here, I guess, in this group, right?
Yeah.
It's the other joke.
Yeah, I'm guessing joke that he wasn't black. Yeah. This is so weird.
Actually, it reminds me, and I know it's a side tangent, but I'm sure this is way more recent than that. When Christian was in... So it was an ECW stable or something? I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely a Survivor Series team.
Yeah.
It had, I believe it was... I can't remember the exact cast, right? But I'm pretty sure it was MVP, Kofi Kingston, Lashley maybe? I don't know, right? And then Christian was there. And the joke was, like, he came in, and he was the only member from ECW. Oh, yeah, okay. They did head in that direction.
Oh, yeah.
And then they did, because then he did a rap. He was like, look, I'm with you guys, right? And then he did a rap. And then he was like, 3 of us are black and 1 of us is white. What's up? And then they're like, what? Oh, no, I think it's our truth then. In that case,
it might be.
Yeah. But then they're like, "What are you doing, boy?" And he's like, "All right."
Because that would have been like Survivor Series. Because Christian came back in 2008 or 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
and actually, it's actually side tangent to that as well. Did you think, by the way, when all the when Rusev was going on his US killing spree?
Oh yeah. When he was just murderously beating black wrestlers.
Yeah. But that was see, I think that was all accidental.
Yeah, that was accidental. I don't think that was a purpose thing.
No, but it just happened to be at a certain rank.
Yeah.
And he just beat a bunch of them in a row.
Yeah.
And then they're like, why didn't you just make a new Nation of Domination then with these people? I think they had Lashley, Kofi, Mark Henry.
Lashley
Wasn't
a country that time.
Yeah. I think they had I think Langston, Biggie Langston maybe then.
It may have been Biggie.
Yeah.
I know he beat Kofi, R-Truth, Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
I don't know about Biggie.
But I think I wouldn't have objected if they actually just got them all together and started making a new Nation of Domination. But that might have pointed out that everyone he beat just happened to be ethnic, you know?
Yeah, but I think like as well. Well, when we get to the conclusion, I'll say my piece about that because it's a bit early to say about what I was going to say. But yeah,
okay, yeah. So what with the original Nation of Domination that you know of, and that I know of, but after the point,
yeah.
How was that? Like Crush and Savio Vega, did they? Okay. Savio Vega is lower mid card to me.
Yep.
And Crush, I think they were trying to push him to upper mid card, but still.
Yeah, this day and age, I don't know why he's trying to push Crush because like his heyday was like 1992, so I don't know why like in 1996/7 you're still trying
when he was the member of Demolition, right?
Yeah, when he replaced Axe or whatever it was. Yeah, Axe was Smash. He replaced one of them. Yeah. And then he was Kona Crush and like crap. Yeah, it's like you've gone from Surfer then to a
you went from Outland's roadie biker guy to Hawaiian to the Nation of Domination, which is kind of a bit weird because like what exactly is your gimmick there? And then he went to DOA, which their gimmick seemed to be. They're beefing on the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, and as a biker, looking at it now, that's a real weird thing they did.
Yeah. Actually, let me point this out, right? And I don't know if you noticed at the time when you were watching it, right? But this is the thing I noticed afterwards. So they're bikers, and he's got Skull and Eight Ball, which are aka the Harris Brothers, which are bald, right?
Yep.
Bald skinhead looking guys.
Yep.
Okay. Now, and they're beefing against black people and Puerto Rican people.
Yep.
It's like... This is really unfortunate.
Yeah. It's one of those things I don't think they clocked on till afterwards how, like...
Because they had the whole Heart Foundation there. They had the whole Heart Foundation there. You didn't beef with them for some reason. Or DX.
Yeah, it's just, the ethnics. It's a bit...
But you're saying that version of the Nation of Domination, you from what you remember, it wasn't particularly...
Nah, because like the only stand-up person then, when I remember watching it, was Faarooq. Like
Faarooq, who came in, by the way, being having a gladiator gimmick for some reason. And if he just came in as Ron Simmons, it would have probably been better off.
Yeah, would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Faarooq, when I think of Faarooq, I do think of the leader of the Nation of Domination, but that's because I don't know about the gladiator gimmick until afterwards.
It wasn't that long. Yeah.
So it's a blue helmet. Did he actually? I'm not sure if you heard the story when they were pitching it to Faarooq.
No.
So he went to Vince's house. Vince was pitching it, and he's like, and he thought Vince was joking. And then when he said, "What do you think?" And he's like, "I love it, Vince. I love it," because he wanted to get the job.
Yeah, and then he realized this is terrible. Yeah. This is terrible. This hurts my soul. Yeah, it was. That made no sense either. Why in the modern. I say modern age, but you've come out of these like vocational gimmicks and stuff, but then you're gonna put a dude who is well known for like being a standout American football player, like the first black WCW heavyweight champion and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we're gonna make him into a Roman gladiator.
Yeah, that's Vince for you.
Yes,
doesn't want to acknowledge other people like in Vince's continuity.
That never happened.
Which is not reality.
Yeah.
Things don't exist.
So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah. So
yeah. This version was
first,
weird.
yeah, the first feud that they had was with Ahmed Johnson, which is like, okay, hold on a 2nd, right? Why are you beefing with Ahmed Johnson?
Yeah, but this is like when I thought, like looking back at it now, like this part of it, of the nation, I don't think they had a clear vision of what exactly they wanted to do with it, because
yeah,
you beef with Ahmed Johnson and then it kind of makes no sense.
I think they did need the reset. They did need to kick out Crush and Savio Vega.
Yeah.
And get all the other, like, D'Lo Brown, Carmel Mustafa, Mark Henry, and, them at the beginning. Right?
Yeah.
They needed to get... Because then they had a defined identity.
Yeah. Because I know before, D'Lo was a part of the nation, but he wasn't a wrestler. He was, like, their lawyer or something like that. Yeah. Let that sink in. Yeah. He was their lawyer or something, and then... Yeah. That's before they kicked out Crush and Savio Vega. I remember PM13 getting murdered by the Legion of Doom.
Okay.
Literally murdered him, and I think one of them legit. They gave one of them a Doomsday device. I think one legit broke their neck.
Oof.
Yeah, and then that was one of my earliest memories of this. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Murdering people left, right. Oh, yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay.
It wasn't great.
So do you find the second version of the Nation of Domination, which I would say is the main version? Once the Rock was in it, I'd say the main version, right? But they didn't really go through another iteration, kind of. They just become the Nation.
That, I think the highest... Sorry from skipping back and forth. The highest they got... I remember Faarooq got a title match against The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And then Faarooq tried to say that something about racism or something like that. And then Undertaker says, I don't see race, I just see dead people. That's the program. He's like digging a grave. Like, this is so weird. Because this is the first time I had seen Undertaker in years. Because I think I stopped watching properly between like 95 and 96. And you know, it's when the Undertaker had the whole like gimmick, not gimmick train. Yeah, looking. I was like, oh, that's what Undertaker looks like now. That's cool. But I'm confused by all this. And he's champion. I'm confused. Yeah, I was.
Well, at least what you're saying makes sense, because he doesn't direct his anger at any particular group. He's just like, well, you know what? Just like Steve Austin, I'll fight you all.
Yeah, basically,
yeah. I did forget to mention that Ahmed Johnson did join this group for like I want to say a split second, but not very long, because they again kicked him out.
Yeah,
and then The Rock joined.
Yeah.
And then that's the main group I remember. Though like I said, I watched it at the beginning of 1998. Yeah. So I'd missed the entire feud of Steve Austin, which was around 97.
Yeah. That feud was awesome. But yeah.
Which is weird. Okay, God. Just before we go to that, it was like when Rock and Steve Austin were feuding for the title in 1998/99. I was like, but this Rock guy, he's I don't, he wasn't peak Rock, and he didn't, because he kept on losing the title and winning the title off Mankind and stuff like that, it just didn't seem main evented to me. So I didn't see why he was going against Steve Austin, who's a major star. Yeah. However, all this background does make sense.
Yeah, it was. Oh gosh, I loved that. That feud was so bizarre and awesome at the same time.
I did like the idea, by the way, of the gang wars. So there was lots of groups in WWF at that time. Yeah. However, how many of them were key? I don't know.
2.
Well, there's it, DX and Heart Foundation, right?
No, because by this time Heart Foundation's gone.
Yeah.
So I would say, it was the Nation and DX for the 2 big factions until like.
Oh yeah, that was after.
Yeah. Sorry.
So going to the feud with The Rock and Steve Austin, which is part of the Nation. Like, so Steve Austin won the title, Survivor Series 97. off Owen Hart, who he batted in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
And Owen Hart is relevant because he'll come back later on.
Yeah.
And then I believe I think Steve Austin was going to give up the title or something like that. You know, it's like a bigger fish to fry. And then I think this is where, I think was Vince kind of saying to Austin, because Vince wasn't Vince McMahon then; he was still like normal Vince. And he's like to Austin, something about, you know, if you don't give up, you can either have the match with The Rock right now, or you can give up the title, or you get fired, or something like that. And then Rock grabs the mic, and says, "The Rock thinks you should fire him," and Vince is like, "Will you be quiet?" It was like The Rock just suddenly decided he was going to say something.
Yeah, he's like, "You're messing up my lines. Now I forgot where I was."
Yeah. So I have to say, The Rock, Rocky Maivia, good damn, he was too white meat.
Yeah.
He was too against the grain because he was still trying to be cheered when he was being booed.
Yeah.
And The Rock did save Rocky Maivia, and you see the beginnings of The Rock, because he's not as cocky as confident as he eventually does become, but you see traces of it where you're like, and then from there to there, you know,
you can see it glimmering through, and experimenting with the character.
Yeah, good on him though, because at this time I was like, he's like, it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's a respect thing. So I think once he joined and he was saying that stuff, he's kind of turning the corner on specific aspects of the Nation of Domination.
Yeah. Black supremacy. Yeah. And they're trying to go from that. I'm like, okay. Yeah,
this is where also, I think, is it DX in Your House? So the pay-per-view in December '97, where Austin battered the entire Nation of Domination.
Yep. It was hilarious.
Go on. I did watch it. It wasn't that a longer match, actually, funny enough.
Nah, because I didn't actually watch this when I was a kid. It was when I was older when I watched it, when I got like the WWE Network and all that stuff. But I just remember watching Raw the following Friday when it used to be shown on Fridays because it took that long to send the tape over from America, I'm guessing. I don't know. But yet you could show the pay-per-view at the same... But anyway, yeah, and I just remember watching the stills, and the stills looked amazing to me as a kid, because I see him giving someone a stunner on the hood of the truck, and in the bed of the truck, and I was like, oh, that's amazing, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then looking back now at adult, I'm like, that is stupid.
Yeah, because his what's it called? Tailbone.
Tailbone, yeah. It's like...
Yeah, and here's the thing with the stunner, right? It's the shoulder hitting the chin.
Yeah.
So no matter where you drop and where you drop on, it's not going to hurt
make no difference
anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you drop from a higher height, but then you hurt yourself as well. So.
Yeah, so it's like...
There's no logic.
No logic at all.
It's the same. I think it's the same when Sheamus did that Irish curse backbreaker on the steps, and it's like, yeah, but he's still breaking on the knee, so...
Yeah. If you drop them straight onto the step, not on your knee, then fair enough, but you're dropping them onto your knee, which is just... Yeah. But anyway, and I remember this as being awesome, but it doesn't make any...
You know, I think it does hold up on a rewatch, though.
Yeah, it does, for entertainment value. Yeah.
It's that same chaos where The Rock would... So he got the Intercontinental title, even though Austin threw it out off a bridge and into water.
Yeah.
And then...
Fished it back somehow, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you feud with Ken Shamrock, who battered The Rock, and then Rock win by shenanigans.
No, I remember this. Is it the WrestleMania match? One of their matches...
Yeah, but I think there was another one at Royal Rumble as well.
There's one of them where Shamrock won, but because he didn't let go of the ankle lock, they reversed the decision, and The Rock kept the title.
I think that was the WrestleMania one.
Yeah.
I think there was another one where Rock hit Shamrock with the brass knucks, and then hid in Shamrock's pants. So then when Shamrock beat The Rock was like, no, in his pants he's got the brass knucks, and then the referee threw out the match. Yeah.
Classic Rocky.
The Rock, I have to say, I did hate The Rock during this period, even though he was entertaining, but at the same time, it's like he was devised to make him not look good in that fashion. So I was like, all right. I dislike him. Fair
Yeah.
enough. But then I guess as well, he wasn't as super charismatic as he would eventually end up being. He was
No.
charismatic. Don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, but I don't. His credibility as far as in ring.
Yeah.
If you have to win matches a specific like that kind of way, you're like, yeah. He probably won cleaner matches when he was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, probably. He probably did. But it was boring. But yeah, I get you mean.
I think one of the best shenanigans that The Rock got up to when he was in the Nation was when he gifted all the Nation members Rolex, gold Rolexes, and he was like to Mark Henry, "Oh yeah, Mark Henry, maybe if it's too small, we'll put a couple of more links on that watch for you." And then Faarooq, I got you as the leader of the Nation of Domination. I got you the best gift ever.
Hilarious.
And you're like, oh, it's a portrait of something, right? Is it like a Picasso or one of those, Salvador Dali, whatever, right?
Yeah.
No, he opens it up. It's it's a massive picture of The Rock.
Yeah. You're like,
Portrait of The Rock. And I was like, all right, this is genius.
Clap. It's like clap.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Did you watch the Table for Free documentary?
Oh, when Faarooq talked about. Oh, when in real life, didn't The Rock actually buy him or something, innit?
Yeah. So in the Table for Three, they did a callback to this, but actually, who knows if it's The Rock that did it? You know, it could have been just WWF did it as though it was from The Rock for the joke.
No,
but yeah, when they did their Table for Free, sitting down eating their meals, I think is it Karma and Mark Henry? Yeah, because I don't think D'Lo was there.
Yeah, it would have been Charles Wright and Mark Henry.
And Faarooq and they opened their gifts, they got watches, and then Faarooq opens his gift. It's a Polaroid picture of The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I think that Polaroid picture was a joke, but I reckon he did all the other stuff. Actually, no. Maybe The Rock actually would have done that and actually got him a Polaroid as well, but
yeah.
It's like 20 years later.
Faarooq still he was selling it.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. I think there was another. He was telling a story of when you know how The Rock's got know your role and shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Rock was young and he joined the group.
Yeah.
And Faarooq saying to him, like when they're going through the backstage stuff, and he goes, "You know your role, right? Like you come in here, you know your role, right?" And then Rock decided to use that in the middle of a promo.
Oh.
And then Faarooq, he did a double take. He's like, what?
That's why. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. It seems like they're all like really close knit enough, that they were chummy behind the scenes.
Yeah. I think they're still are pretty close now in real life. Obviously, you would be. I know no one's close to Ahmed Johnson because they all thought he was a prick, but
yeah. Not sure how much you read about that, but I believe Ahmed Johnson kicked Faarooq in the ribs.
Yeah.
And that was a stiff kick.
Yeah.
So Faarooq was out for 3 months.
Ooh.
Or 3 to 9 months or something like that, but I'm not sure exactly. And then when Faarooq came back, he was like, "You're going to get your receipt, boy." And then he did the exact same thing to Ahmed Johnson. Put him out as well.
And didn't he cry about it or something like that? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He made some big thing about it, and then he went on saying that he was meant to be WWF champion, but certain people didn't want him to be the blah. And then when you speak to other people, they're like, "Nah, he's chatting rubbish." Just like, no.
Well, the thing is, with him, they say he was injury prone as well as, injury. I don't want to say proficient. He'd caused the injuries.
Yeah.
So
his own.
I know about. Sort of thing. I don't know about. What do you think about receipts in pro wrestling, by the way?
I think it's something that's old-fashioned and just kind of petty.
I think it depends, right? On how badly you hit someone.
Yeah.
You feel guilty and you think you deserve a shot back. That depends.
That. Yeah.
And then there's no beef. Like once it's out, it sometimes though there are accidents and then people then potatoing each other, hitting each other stiff because they think the other one is receipts are receipts.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that can get out of control really quickly.
Yep. That's why I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah,
I get. It's like when I think, say I stiffed you in the ring.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, I know he's going to get me back, so let me line myself up for him and say, look, give me your receipt, and then that's that, you know.
Yeah, that's that. I get that.
Or you tell me, all right, I'm going to give you one, and then we work it into whatever we're doing. So just so you know, but it's just like, if you don't let someone have notice, it's kind of a bit.
Yeah, that's when you kind of when it's sort of receipt going for business for yourself sort of vibe. I'm not really into him. Like that's. It's kind of dangerous,
especially since wrestling is very physical, and you got to trust your opponent.
Yeah,
even if you don't like them, you got to trust them. So exactly. It's like I guess they do that to get out of the system, and then you'd be like, "We're cool and professional." So know, don't worry about what happens outside the ring. Once we're in there, it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it should be, baby. Yeah.
So side tangent, by the way. Yeah. So Faarooq as the leader of the Nation of Domination. I thought, okay, now Faarooq's gimmick, I get.
Yeah.
Militant leader of this ragtag bunch of guys that he whipped into shape. I want to say ragtag, but not necessarily indoctrinated them, but he's definitively the leader because he walks around with that much attitude.
Yeah, that much.
And he's got that bass in his voice that people listen to.
Yeah, he's someone I wouldn't want to have to ask him a question again, sort of thing, because like he'll probably shout at me and then I'll cry. Yeah.
Right, now what's D'Lo Brown's gimmick?
He started as lawyer.
Okay.
And then I don't know after that. What is his gimmick?
I don't know. It just seemed like the guy who shakes his head. Talking trash. You know, the little man in the group.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess. That's
Mark Henry's gimmick, of course, is the world's strongest man. Fair enough.
He was the muscle.
And Kama Mustafa's gimmick.
No, he was. Kama Mustafa was the muscle, like the enforcer sort of thing. Yeah.
But I don't. What was it? Okay, he was called the Supreme Fighting Machine.
Ultimate Fighting Machine, isn't it?
Is it Ultimate Fighting Machine? I thought it was the Supreme.
No, it's Ultimate Fighting Machine to have a dig at UFC at the time.
Yeah, okay, because I was going to say, when they feuded with Ken Shamrock, that didn't make any sense to me.
Oh.
But only because then his gimmick is that he's an Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, well, gimmick and life, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So it's like, okay, I'm not... If this guy's meant to be a fighting machine as well, and then Ken Shamrock, you're promoting Ken Shamrock.
I think that's why they dropped it off. When Ken Shamrock came to the company and that they kind of dropped that gimmick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because obviously, he can't be the Ultimate Fighting Machine, can he?
Yeah. So I don't... Here's the thing as well. The only two people seem to get the push, by the way, were The Rock and Faarooq, because they were the I want to say the headliners, but definitely the guys that were upper mid card.
Yeah.
Where everyone else is lower tier.
Yeah.
And I think it actually ended up quite decent for D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry. Mark Henry especially, right?
Yeah.
I think Charles Wright, who'd been there the longest, for some reason just didn't much afterwards.
No.
I mean, he was notable.
Yeah.
But as far as doing stuff.
To be fair though, he had a decent career because he did become like Intercontinental champion a couple of times.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give him that. And he's a Hall of Famer. So yeah. But yeah, I get what you mean. He didn't really do that much, but he did enough.
Yeah. When did he transition to the Godfather?
Halfway through the Nation.
The Nation, yeah.
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 Because I think.
What did you think? Sorry, go on.
It was during the time Owen joined. He became the Godfather, if I remember correctly.
So when The Rock kicked out Faarooq.
Yeah, it's like near the tail end, if I remember, he started calling himself the Godfather.
Yeah.
And then...
I think actually they built to The Rock taking over the stable quite well. Because there was enough attention from the back end of 97 to... Like, where The Rock was starting his mutiny. Kind of. His thoughts of mutiny.
Yep.
Until it boiled over, and then he actually did take over.
Yeah, which
Which I believe you said this version of the. Oh, I know. And when did Owen Hart join?
he joined in '98 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe you said this version was the best nation.
Yeah,
best version of the nation.
Yeah, best version. It's the greatest version, man.
Give me the reasons why.
Because it had Owen Hart in it, and to me, they seemed more focused in what they were doing.
Yeah.
Rather than just we're just four guys together, I guess.
Yeah,
we
I
do
did.
stuff.
Okay, I did. I was like, all right. Well, now they've diversified the group, but they call Owen the Blackheart.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, fair enough. And I did like as well that The Rock and Owen were at like an equal level.
Yeah, those co-leaders. Yeah.
And this is when the Nation had a theme music.
Yeah.
The Rock had the same theme, but with The Rock's sayings and slogans like "If you smell the Rock is cooking, know you're all shut your mouth" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then Owen also had the Nation theme, but with "Enough is enough" and it's time for a change.
Yeah.
Which I was like, okay, he's gonna get a major push.
Yeah.
Because not saying he's out of place there, but it's just like, okay, they're feuding with DX and Owen's feuding with DX.
Yeah.
DX turned face by that point. Sorry.
I kind of in my head when I was a kid, like, okay, they both feel like oppressed and they're joining together because Canadians are depressed, like that stuff. So whatever, and it kind of made sense. Yeah. Both hate DX, so yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and DX turned face by that point. So then, the thing is, Owen Hart was a face up until this point where he essentially getting bullied by DX, right?
But
then he turned heel.
What? Technic, I'm trying to explain how Owen Hart was at this time. All right, he was meant to, before he joined the Nation, he's meant to be portrayed as a face, but it didn't really work, in my opinion.
I think part of that was not that he wasn't a good face or anything like that.
Yeah.
But he kept on getting outsmarted by the heels.
Yeah.
Which then didn't make him look good.
Yeah. So, like you said, he got bullied into becoming a face. Into becoming a heel, yeah.
Yeah. So, when you think about it logically, why are you booing a man who's trying to get people to help him fight other people, a group?
Yeah. But, they be stupid.
Yeah. And the thing is, DX was doing all the stuff that was bad, so...
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about the parody they did of the Nation?
But then
which,
I thought
by the
it was
way,
funny. Gone?
Sorry?
I was like, go on, what you can say?
I was going to say, which they said was, as far as Triple H is concerned, oh yeah, the first time that the group had parodied another one, but you're like, no, I'm pretty sure the Horsemen parodied, what's it called? The Wolfpack parodied the Horsemen, so...
Yeah, it did, yeah. Wait, I can't remember which one came first, but yeah.
I think, it was the WCW one that came first.
Oh, but WCW never happened, so...
yeah, apparently.
I found it funny then. I still find it funny now.
Do you think it was a bit off key, or would you be like, the comedy is actually not about certain particulars? That's the best way.
Yeah, okay, I'm all for change and everything like that. Yeah, and I understand how blackface is offensive and stuff.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it depends how it's done.
Yeah.
And this was done for comedy. They didn't do anything overtly racist except for the blackface thing. But again...
But that's... I mean, to back you up there, you would paint your... if they were black people, they probably would have done whiteface. So...
Yeah.
It's only the complexion of your opponent.
Yeah. And also, everyone involved who was getting the Mickey taken out of them was okay with it.
Yeah.
So, I'm fine with it.
It's not like it's not like when DX said that the Hart Foundation were using the N-word backstage. in front of the nation, in front of the Nation of Domination, and they then ran backwards to go like from the ring to fight the half. And I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of.
Again, I find that kind of funny, but
yeah. Well, I guess that depends on. See, when you've got a group like the Nation of Domination, and they're clearly about the way that Faarooq's pushing it about militant black power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You'll rile them up saying that, and it's like, well, I know it's not about racism per se.
Yeah.
But you're antagonizing the group about it.
Yeah. But it's one of those things like, and this is all right. A random side tangent again. Like me personally, I don't. If someone in anger says like something racist towards you, like my opinion personally, 9 out of 10 times it's not purposely racist. They're just so angry they're doing anything to make you angry, so they'll say something racist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was a conversation just between two people, i.e. the Hulk Hogan situation, that's racist because was not prompted whatsoever. You know what I mean? But again, this is my opinion. Because if someone called me the N-word, I would laugh. Be like, wow, that's the most creative you can be, is to say something like that. Cool, great. But that's my 2 cents on that.
Did you think the Nation was better after they toned down that aspect?
Yeah, a bit. I don't know actually.
I think I think this is the same issue that you would have with Goldust, where when he leaned into, where he's like, okay, so he's an androgynous character and he's running his hands up and down his male opponents,
yeah.
And then when you get too aware of it, people start saying it's homophobic.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, I mean, it is and it isn't, because it is. But then you're like, okay, it's my game. But actually, you're doing that deliberately to get a reaction. So, whereas with the Nation as well, the thing is, fair enough if you're going to say we just happen to be a group of black people together.
Yeah.
But then when you make them heels and where they're pushing an agenda or something like that, then you start getting into wonky territory.
Yeah. And I think if they kept on board with that bit, I reckon we wouldn't be speaking the same way about them.
No, that's why, like you, when The Rock took over, I think it toned down enough by that point. But when The Rock took over, it was like, this is just these are a group of guys.
Yeah.
Who have the same.
A group of guys just having fun.
Being silly, having fun.
Yeah. In a way, yeah.
So but you were saying the Owen Hart version with the Nation of Domination was the best because
seem more focused.
Okay, fair enough.
On their agenda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we want to get okay, might be a bit of exaggeration, get all the championships and you know, be the main stable and get rid of DX. So I mean, so that's their focus, right?
Yeah.
But the other one didn't really. They were reaching too far for things to do. You know what I mean? Like when you get people like, I want to solve world hunger and stop racism and this, that, and the other. It's like, no, you need a clear focus. Sort out one thing first.
Yeah.
Or break it into little goals, and then you can make it. Not like have these strict things you're gonna do. So yeah, I preferred the Rock Owen Nation.
I think also, Owen helped them give them credibility to some degree as well. I know that Rock outshone him afterwards, but as a guy who'd been there for a while and has a certain level of positioning within the company, he's been in main events and stuff like that. So, yeah. I would have liked the group to have stayed together longer.
Yeah, same.
Only because it might have helped Owen actually get more of a sustained push. They seem to transition from Owen to feuding with Triple H to The Rock feuding with Triple H.
Yeah, which in my opinion, that's The Rock's best feud with Triple H. Yeah,
Well, there's probably a feud that lasted the entirety of The Rock's career.
Yeah.
When he was rocking my beer, he was feuding with Triple H.
Yep. When he was
Hunter
The
S.
Rock, he was feuding with Triple H. Yeah. I don't know, like, I know people try to say, again, random side tangent again, that The Rock's best, like, opponent was Stone Cold. To me, it was Triple H.
Well, I'd say they're definitely the top two opponents. Now, I guess, as well, you could say that Triple H and The Rock had longer lasting feuds and were more of an equal level, because
that's
when you
what
see some of them,
me. Yeah.
when you see some of the matches that Rock had with Steve Austin, he's losing a lot of them.
Yep, he only won once out of all their matches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and Triple H, I'm pretty sure it's like 50-50.
Well, something like more definitely around about that percentage, I think.
Yeah.
It might not be.
But he's got a more better win record over Triple H than he does over Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because I remember during this period, when it was a Nation versus DX, The Rock and Triple H had a very good ladder match out. I think it was SummerSlam.
Oh, yes, but just before that, they had a match at Fully Loaded. I don't know if you remember, 2 out of 3 Falls match, which it was going to be The Rock's Intercontinental and Triple H's European title on the line. Except that for some reason, The Rock decided he was going to help D'Lo Brown defeat Triple H to win the European title. Like, all right.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah. And then they had a half an hour, 2 out of 3 Falls match, I think.
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was a draw because Triple H hit the pedigree and then he couldn't pin The Rock in time.
See? And that also led to D'Lo having a pretty good rivalry with X-Pac over the European title as well. Yeah. It's the same, man.
But then that led to the ladder match, as you were saying.
Yeah, the awesome ladder match, which I actually enjoyed. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, but I really enjoyed it.
I think it was more of a ground-based ladder match, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Rather than the spectacles that people use to start having nowadays.
Yeah.
A more psychology-based one.
Yeah, that's why I like that. Like, I kind of miss those sort of ladder matches, but then to be fair, I think how my attention is nowadays, I have to watch the Spot Fest ones because they make my attention.
Well, I think I don't like it when people have to they endanger themselves and then they endanger themselves even more for the spot, and it's like, oh, I don't know how necessary that is.
Yeah, but you know.
but yeah, just before that, so when Triple H was feuding with Owen Hart, when Triple H was in DX, and this was like late 97, early 98, China kept on interfering.
Yeah.
So it's strange to see China interfering because she low blowed The Rock. I think, Triple H got baby powder, whatever it is, thrown in his eyes, yeah?
Yeah.
And then Rock was going to climb and win the match. And then China low blowed The Rock from behind.
Oh.
And the Triple H then got the title.
Naughty.
Probably didn't know about China doing the low blow, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's just weird when you look at it that way, and how many times she was interfering, causing Owen Hart to lose, and people were booing.
Yeah.
And then she interferes here, and people are cheering. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you forget people are fickle, as they say. You know, it doesn't make any sense because they're both as bad as each other. But you know,
Yeah, in certain ways, right?
yeah, fickle. Yeah.
The thing is, as well, I remember after that, then Rock got his major push.
Yeah.
To be in the Deadly Games tournament.
Yeah.
And Triple H had a knee injury of some sort.
Yeah.
And he had to give up the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure that's not long after that the Nation broke up, isn't it?
Something like that.
Because The Rock became face for a bit. Until
I think I do believe was it D'Lo Brown and Mark Henry turned on The Rock.
Yeah, because by that time Godfather was really like sort of just like, yeah, I'm going. Yeah. if I remember correctly. And then they turned on the. I think yeah. Wait, let me just read this.
Yeah. And then it was the Nation, who was Mark Henry and D'Lo Brown, which basically at that point, that group was dead.
Yeah. Because Godfather went off becoming the literal Godfather with the hose and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Rock became a face for a minute. Owen Hart joined up. He became the Blue Blazer for a bit.
Yeah, so Owen Hart did the square driver.
Yeah.
On Dan Severn, who then kayfabed the same injury that Steve Austin had.
Yeah,
broken neck, and then. Yeah. Which is just like, yeah, but I don't know about that specifically. However, as to use that to dissolve the Nation, like, I mean, to separate Owen from the Nation using that, like, Owen's like, I'll retire because I broke this guy's neck or something like that, and then he came back as Blue Blazer.
Yeah.
It's just a bit weird how they went about.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose Owen could have been, if they kicked The Rock out and kept Owen as the leader of the group.
Yeah.
After adding some different members or something, like if you even if you added Jeff Jarrett or something like that, right? I don't know why you call them the Nation by that point. However,
but it still made sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is Owen started tagging with Jeff Jarrett off this as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it would have been something relevant. The group kind of just it disintegrated, kind of gradually, but not like whimper. It just kind of shifted away.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Because the main guy in it, The Rock, at that point, gone, and then the other main guy in it, Owen Hart, was gone,
doing whatever he was doing.
yeah. So it's just like I do remember, by the way, that can't remember who's the Blue Blazer feuding with. I can't remember exactly, but the Blue Blazer was supposedly Owen Hart, right?
Yeah. When
sometimes it was Jeff Jarrett. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was a Black Blazer.
Yeah. So that was Mark Henry at one point.
Yes, but that's the thing, right? They didn't call him the Blue Blazer, even though he was wearing the Blue Blazer gear.
Yeah.
And it was clearly Mark Henry. No, they called him the Black Blazer for some reason.
So stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. What?
He's still the Blue Blazer. You know,
yeah.
Dummies. I'm trying to think. Who was he? Was he feuding with the Godfather?
Who? Owen Hart, the Blue Blazer?
Or was it Steve Blackman?
I think he was I'd like to say Ken Shamrock or Steve Blackman or one of those guys at that point.
I'm trying to remember who was involved in the match where Owen passed.
Oh, it was Godfather.
Yeah, there we go.
Because he cut a promo about how the Godfather's
the moral,
what's it called? Immoral ways or whatever it is.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Owen was meant to win the Intercontinental title that day as well.
Yeah. R.I.P. man, R.I.P. But yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. So.
Great times.
Sorry?
No, I'm saying great times.
Yeah, I think. What do you think is the lasting effect of the Nation? How memorable were they as a group?
I don't know. Like maybe because realistically they were the first like quote unquote first like black stable.
Yeah.
So they probably hold up because of that, and obviously you got three Hall of Famers out of it.
Yeah.
Like it made careers of like two people. Like even though one of their careers took a while to get there, but they got there. Out of The Rock and Mark Henry, you know sorry, even Faarooq, because after this he went on to become an acolyte and an APA. Yeah. So,
they all did kind of good. D'Lo like won he was the first Eurocontinental champion.
Yeah.
But as Kurt Angle says, he doesn't count.
Yeah. That was hilarious. Yeah, so I'm saying, D'Lo's quite decorated. Yeah,
Yeah, I will say, unfortunately, that D'Lo was involved in the powerbomb incident with Droz.
Yeah, R.I.P. Droz, who recently died as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that might have dented some of his confidence.
Yeah.
If you're like, I can do stuff, but I'm wary. You're you're better off not doing it. You like when you're driving, you either go or you don't. You don't. You don't do it halfway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he had more potential, but then it's like.
Yeah, I think, like you said, that shook him up, and I think
Yeah.
even to this day, probably something like that would.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're like a heartless a-hole, then.
Yeah. But then again, I also think when Owen did Austin's neck in as well.
Yeah.
At a certain point, he was like, "Damn, what if this happens again?" And so it's always not second guessing yourself, but it's like you don't want none of that on your conscience.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of a sad one.
Yeah. But yeah, like you're saying, they all managed to do pretty well out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Savio Vega, because he's like.
Hold on. Sorry. When I say they all did pretty well out of it, I meant the Nation of Domination. Well, yeah, they were, but they're not the one that I remember.
Yeah, but
they're not my nation.
He's like a legend in Puerto Rico, as you can tell from what was it? What was the recent
Backlash?
Yeah, everyone popped for him. Like, oh, okay, cool.
And what about Crush? He actually did pretty decent in WCW.
Yeah, but when he got to WCW, it wasn't the greatest WCW, was it?
No. To be fair, when you get a contract and you get to last quite a while in the industry making money, that's got to be something to it.
Yeah.
Whether you're good or not.
Yeah. But R.I.P. to him as well. But yeah. Keep forgetting he died.
Jeez. Yeah.
But yeah, he did all right in WCW. He was part of Chronic,
Chronic, yes. Chronic with the... They look like barbed wire, but actually is weed symbol.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Hey, man, he was part of the NWO.
That says it all as well, He wasn't part of the good NWO either, The heyday of the NWO. He was like, hey, we worked with you once in WWE. You could be a part of the NWO now too. Yay!
Yeah. I mean, hey.
Be fair, he ranks higher on the list, more higher than Michael Wall Street. So
Michael Wall Street, aka IRS.
Yeah. Terrible. But yeah. R.I.P. But
wow, you know what? Now you're saying that, I'm hearing it a lot of times. I'm like,
I know.
Wow.
I know. It's sad. You got to remember though, wrestlers from like our childhood-ish is like they're literally most of them in their 50s now, hitting 60.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? And also, way back then days, steroid scandals and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. That shortened a lot of their lives. So
yeah.
And undiagnosed concussions. Yeah.
Yeah. So chair shots, the horrible chair shots that Ken Shamrock took. Right?
Yeah.
That was shortened the career.
Yep.
The pills, the booze.
Yep.
Yeah. The drugs as well.
The drugs.
Yeah.
The rampant, the extreme lifestyles a lot of them were living, like partying till 4 a.m. and then going to the next town to do wrestling and then do all of it again. Yeah. Couldn't have been good on the old soul. Hey.
Yeah, I mean it's getting a bit dreary.
Yeah, but back to the Nation.
yeah.
Oh, they were great.
I wish they lasted I think I wish Owen got a better sustained push from that.
Yeah.
I think The Rock did good. He got to where he needed from that. And they kind of like, well, here's the Nation, yeah? Oh, The Rock's getting popular. Right, let's just split him off from the Nation.
Yeah.
Like, no, couldn't you use this popularity to help elevate the rest of the Nation?
Yeah, you would have thought that. Well,
But then again, he had to go and be a double spy.
Yeah.
And then join the corporate ministry.
Yeah. And then get kicked out of the corporate ministry.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, the corporation were dope. Sorry, yeah, I just remember them as well.
The corporation, where he was the corporate champion, where he'd get
the corporate
defeated
elbow.
by Mankind
Yep.
for the title twice.
Yep.
And then win the title, have the match with the Rock, with Steve Austin. Sorry.
Yep.
Lose to Steve Austin twice.
Yep.
Get kicked out of the. Did he get kicked out? He did get kicked out. The corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw that coming soon as Triple H joined the Nation, joined the corporation. I was like, yeah, Rock's getting kicked out.
Yeah, because they're both on the same level, and there's no need for both of them.
No, because you're gonna kind of like not bury the other one, but the other one of them's not gonna get enough shines they deserve if they're both on the same team. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that was great.
It's strange to say as well, but you know how so you got New Japan Pro Wrestling, which has what teams they have? They've got Chaos, they've got Bullet Club, they've got
United Empire, TDMK, Mighty Don't
TDMK,
Kneel. Yeah.
Which one's that?
The Mighty Don't Kneel, Zack Sabre.
Yeah. Oh, the formerly Suzuki-gun.
Yeah.
And then you got just five guys. Yeah.
And I think then you got another group.
I think isn't that New Japan itself? Like the ungrouped New Japan people.
Yeah. But apparently Tanahashi apparently is Chaos now.
Oh really?
Because he's tag team partner. He's 6-man tag partners with Okada and someone else.
Shota?
Chaos. Nah. Because Shota.
Oh no, Ishii.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So he's Chaos by default.
Okay, I suppose. I mean, fine.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, but then you got Shota and Ren Narita, who aren't in any stable, right?
No.
I would say that because New Japan itself was a stable, just not called New Japan, but I think they were just the other group. But they actually seemed like a sustained gang wars type of story going on there. Whereas during the Gang Wars storyline in WWF in '97, you had the groups, but some of them didn't interact with. It's like that they had their own verse, which they crossed over slightly, but then didn't really.
Yeah, because I
had the idea, by the way, of everyone being in a group of some sort.
Yeah,
or most people.
I like it if it's actually monitored properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then everyone has a certain credibility level, because I'd say of Los Faarooqs and DOA, they were below the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, way below. Yeah,
and then then above them was DX and the Heart Foundation.
Yeah, and then Heart Foundation went bye, and then it was just Nation and DX, and then the others end up like just fighting themselves.
As far as I remember, I think Los Faarooqs and DOA broke up before I actually saw them.
Yeah, they did, because it's like inner fighting. Yeah.
And then I think the only thing left was DX and the Nation.
Yeah.
Of Domination.
Oh, and Kai and Tai, but that's Kai and Tai was sad.
Oh yeah, well.
But yeah, there's only.
I mean, what kind of credibility is it?
So, yeah. Let's not get started on Kai and Tai, but yeah.
Choppy, your
PP. And also we had the oddities for a bit.
Oh yes, but were they? I don't think they were all at the same time. I think this was when the Nation was the Nation.
Yeah. I think by that time it was only like the Nation and DX, and Oddity was just. Oh wait, and you had for like a hot minute the Truth. What was it?
The Truth Commission.
Yeah, we go. Yeah.
Not our Truth.
No. This had the Jackal, Sniper, Kerrigan, and I can't remember the rest.
Kurgan, who was also in the Oddities, by the way.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
And Jackal, who is Don Callis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
The 90s was weird.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. Did you think they was like WCW? Because the NWO's storyline was happening at the time, and do you think WWF was like, oh well, they've got 2 factions and the Horsemen, so they've probably got 3 factions. Why don't we double that? And maybe get twice the views? I don't know the logic.
I think there's like, let's double that, but actually make it like actual gang warfare rather than just like geriatric people in one gang and an old man and like a couple of young people in another. Yeah.
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 Fair enough.
And it worked, you know. I'd rather see gangs like DX and all that rather than the NWO versus the Four Horsemen, which are already outnumbered just by the numbers itself, you know.
Yeah.
Against like 30 people, and then
I think the problem is with the gang wars in WWF in '97 was like in New Japan, people get credibility wins over other people. Some people just too low tier. If the Los Barricas had a match against DX, nah.
yeah, we know who's winning that one.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be fair, I know if you're fighting Chaos, you're winning, because what is Chaos at this point? But you know.
Well, yeah, if you're fighting Chaos, what do you mean? Okay, here's the thing: you get a better chance if you're fighting Chaos. You have a better chance of winning than you're fighting Okada by himself. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Because Okada's win percentage probably brings up Chaos's.
Yeah. But you got Yoshihashi in Chaos, and that just says it all. What does he do? Who is he? You know, what is his gimmick? I've been watching New Japan for about coming up to 8 years at this point. Could I tell you what Yoshihashi's gimmick is? No.
No. Aside from tripping over and cutting himself bloody. When he went to who did he go to rescue when he fell
went
over?
to rescue Okada. Yeah. And I think that was meant to be that big return from being injured or something, wasn't it? He slipped.
And our boy Jay White saving the scene as usual by what's it called? Thrown back out of the ring or something like that. Just you know, just like he's like, all right, well, this is gonna muck up, but I better protect the guy.
Yeah, you're clearly concussed. Let me put you outside the ring.
Not like Okada, by the way, when after Brandon Danielson broke his arm, Okada's like, well, let me Rainmaker him and finish him for good.
Don't worry, I've got this. Rainmaker! That was the worst.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I love wrestling.
So by the way, that reminds me, but one last thing.
Yep.
Right? So, I don't believe The Rock had a proper finisher when he was in the Nation, right?
No, not halfway through. When it weren't till he changed his name to The Rock.
Yeah.
And he started doing the Rock Bottom.
Yeah, not called The Rock Bottom by that point, though.
No, he didn't have a name at the point. And I remember watching the Raw when he did it and they called it Rock Bottom. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
And what's funny is, by the way, earlier he did it on Owen Hart.
Yeah.
And he didn't get a pin from it.
No. I don't remember if they even called it a Uranagi back then either.
D'Lo Brown's finisher, was the Frog Splash, which I think made sense.
Yeah, the lowdown, yeah.
Yeah, and he actually did the proper, like, he didn't do the pump like a small ball pump, like
no,
Eddie Guerrero.
He literally went through his legs.
Yeah, like a proper frog.
Yeah, kind of like how Leo Rush does his as well. Yeah. Dope.
Yeah, Mark Henry's finish was the world's strongest slam.
No, I didn't even have that then.
I don't think he had anything, did he?
No, I think he just somehow won matches.
Yeah, and what's the Godfather's finisher?
It was a Death Valley Driver.
Yeah.
And then it
started.
Karma, yeah. Even as a Godfather, it was Death Valley Driver for a while, and then when he transitioned to the Godfather, he did the Ho Train,
which is not a finish, by the way.
No, but somehow he won matches.
Or he offered up the Ho Train.
Yeah.
In which then you forfeit the match.
Yeah.
But the only reason I bring most of this up is because Faarooq's finish is the Dominator. I like that, actually.
Yeah, man, that move's dope.
Yeah. I see. Sometimes you get newer wrestlers using older wrestlers' finishes, and I know that Lashley used the Dominator for a while, but he hasn't kept using it.
Nah, he must use the Hurt Lock now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know a few times he's used the Dominator.
Yeah.
But it's mostly the Hurt Lock, or sometimes it was running Power Slam.
Yeah, I think mostly the Spear, right?
Or the Spear.
Yeah.
He's got a number of finishes, Lashley does. Yeah.
I would say the best Spinebuster I've seen is Faarooq's.
Yeah, Faarooq's Spinebuster is the best.
Yeah, just lifts you up and throws you. Well, it looks like he lifts you up and he just throws you to the ground.
Yeah. It's kind of like a sort of choke slam in a way, because obviously you don't grab by your neck. It kind of grabs you by your torso. And your bum, and it throws you up on the ground, bang. Yeah.
And then the illusion, of course, is you're jumping up and it's your own weight going down.
Yeah.
But it's just like the way that he puts his palm on your chest. It's like he's thrusting you down.
Yep. It's like I'm taking you to hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah, man.
It's strange to me that he never won. Like I know he was feuding with The Rock after he got thrown out of the Nation, but that he never won the Intercontinental title.
No.
So I was hoping that he would.
Same.
They built him like in that direction.
Like it's weird. Like he looking at his Wikipedia now, he's won the tag team titles 3 times as APA, which is dope, but no single titles. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's kind of a letdown, but
even though his biggest accomplishment was winning the title in WCW, so so hey, you know, he's the second most successful member of the Nation.
Yeah, realistically.
That case. Yeah.
Actually,
third most successful, would you say, is Mark Henry?
Yeah. But like, if we go like real life, it probably is Mark Henry because he is an Olympic athlete. But but yeah. Like wrestling wise and stuff. Yeah, I'll say Rock, Faarooq, Mark Henry,
and then Owen.
Actually, I'll put Owen and Mark Henry at level. Actually, no, I might have to put Owen in front of Mark Henry because Owen was like multiple-time Intercontinental US champion and tag team champion and stuff. So,
it's a shame. I mean, if they had 2 titles then at that time period. He would have definitely won one of those 2 world titles.
Yeah, if they had like the world title and the WWF title at that time, he would have won the world title, I reckon. Yeah. Poor guy.
Now they're doing the what's it called, the Owen Hart Cup. So good that he's getting recognition.
Yeah, it's good he's getting recognition, even though it's something they should promote more. But literally, they promote the tournament. When the person wins, then that's nothing off of that. You're like, oh, okay, that's great.
Yeah, you would think maybe they'd have a massive push afterwards, but at least like there's something.
Yeah, exactly.
But even though it should be a big built tournament, like you're saying.
Yeah.
You do like a bigger tournament brackets on. They've got multiple shows now, so AEW could do it.
Yeah. Like I reckon if Owen's wife, I get her reasons for not wanting her Owen's name to be mentioned or anything with WWE. I get it, but like if that didn't happen, like if she was cool with them and all that stuff, I reckon they would make a more bigger thing about his legacy than.
Do they? You know how they've got the Heart Foundation DVDs and DX DVDs and something. Yeah. Is there a DVD or a documentary thing on the Nation of Domination?
No.
It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, that's weird.
Because they were. They were key to the Rock's rise.
Yeah.
But they were actually very prominent members at that specific time of 97, 98.
Yeah.
And they also helped the Triple H's rise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you count, as far as feuding is concerned.
And like they kind of not shoehorn, like set the way for like people like the like New Day, Hurt Business, all that stuff, So surprising they haven't done anything for it at this point.
Do you think they'll go into the Hall of Fame as the Nation of Domination?
I think they should.
Or the Nation?
I think they should.
Well, as both or just the one?
Just the one.
Each one gets an independent Hall of Fame. Or do you think only one of them will go in there?
Only one of them, because like the Nation Domination. Actually, it depends. You could just call it the Nation, like put the Nation in, and also like have Faarooq with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because to be fair, do you need to put Savio, Vega, and Crush in there? No.
No, it's true. It is true. Yeah.
So that's what I would do. Just like, it's a Nation. These guys pioneered the way, and then honorable mentions, Crush and Savio Vega, yay, and then carry on with, Do you need them? No. But hopefully they get in there.
Yeah, at some point, right?
Yeah. They deserve it.
And then Faarooq will say damn afterwards.
Yeah. Damn!
Faarooq's speech. Faarooq's speech is damn. That's it.
That's it. Because it makes sense.
Alright, that'll be us closing up for this episode.
Yeah. Yes, thank you guys for listening to us take a trip down memory lane and talk about the Nation. Yeah, I'm just calling the Nation, not the Nation Domination.
Well, yeah, it's both and.
Yeah,
Neither?
mainly the Nation, though, because they were a lot better. Yeah. So yes, thank you for listening to us go down a trip. Do any of you remember the Nation? If you do, and who was your favorite member? Mine was all of them. Let us know. You could do that by leaving a comment in the comment section if you're watching this on the YouTubes, or you can leave us a email, a tweet, Instagram message, and you can find all the ways to contact us in our description section on wherever you're listening to this to or watching this. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we've got stuff going on there. And also, don't forget to give us a 5-star review. And until next time, guys, is there anything you want to add?
No, I got.
Oh. Actually, what was your favorite member of the Nation before I close up?
I would say actually Owen. But that's because when I started to watch, Rock was a heel and he was like too arrogant for my liking.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've turned around to the Rock for a long while.
Yeah.
Because even when he was that small time, he was a face, and then I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Necessarily. No, I mean like that was charismatic, but he was a bully, so I didn't.
Yeah.
And then even though Owen Hart was a whiny kind of heel, he had credibility with me.
Yeah.
He had enough good faith,
goodwill
of what he could do.
Yeah.
But I think I don't even think I turned around to the Rock for a long while. Even when Rock turned face again, I was like,
I didn't turn around to the Rock until I want to say like 2000-ish.
Yeah. I think Rock was great.
Yeah.
In the ring and on the mic. And when I watch back his stuff, I'm like, actually, he's like he's overselling is great, right?
Yeah.
But I was like at the point where he became he was just too arrogant for me.
Yeah.
Too kind of despicable. And then after that, he was too exposed.
Yeah. Because I get that. Because I think like my favorite, even though like I said, my favorite rivalry of the Rocks was Triple H. Like one of my favorite matches with him is his last WrestleMania match with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
one with 3 rock bottoms.
Yeah. And his persona after that when he became like Hollywood Rock and just being a dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, that's when I started enjoying him more.
Yeah, that was
Hollywood
my
Rock.
favorite Rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even when he's like, I did it for the Rock. Yeah, that stuff. And burying Billy Gunn.
Oh yeah.
Which
which Billy Gunn never recovered from.
Nope. Even like 20 odd years later.
Yeah.
Poor guy. But so once again, guys, thank you for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.
We are the Nation.